I've never done a devotional before, so I hope I'm on the right track with this, and I'm always open to constructive. That means constructive, Jeff, not destructive criticism. So, with that being said, Jeff gave me the idea for this a couple weeks ago when he taught a class on the truth of the Bible. So I got to thinking, what is truth? What is the definition of truth? I'm a student of history. Most events in history, several books devoted to each individual's author's interpretation of the event that the book is covering. But I found in studying history, there's one book, one historical record that I found to be the most truthful of any book that I've read on history. In fact, I, as well as many others, cannot find any errors of fact. Many have tried. In a word, it's the truth. Pilate asked, what is truth? Today's world has redefined truth. Basically, they've said the truth is whatever they want it to be to fit whatever agenda they're furthering. Webster's defines truth as the body of real things, events, or facts, the state of being the case, a transcendent, fundamental, or spiritual reality, or what's most important in our lives, the most important definition of truth, God. History is rewritten to the point that truthful historical facts have been erased, just because a lot of people today are offended by the actions of their ancestors. Now we know things were done in the past that were wrong by today's standards, even reprehensible. But does that mean that it shouldn't be taught to our future generations, even if it is taught to them so that they learn from the mistakes their forefathers made? But why is knowing the truth important? In one of the most evil episodes in mankind's history, the truth was manipulated to further desires of one man. On November the 18th, 1978, 918 people, including 300 children under the age of 5, trapped in a Guyanese jungle encampment, listened to the truth of a self-proclaimed Messiah named Jim Jones. And as a result of his manipulation and their not knowing the truth of the gospel, a United States congressman, 4 reporters, those children, and a vast majority of their parents were murdered so that Jones could make a statement to the world that death was preferable to one day in this life. I have a hard time with that. No matter how hard life is, it's always more preferable than death by your own hand or someone else's hand for vain reasons. But among the ruins of those lives was a sign. The wording of it was actually a misquote of a phrase from a writer named George Santayana. Its original form, it read, "Those who do not learn history are doomed to repeat it." In Jonestown, it's crudely written on a sign that hung above the chair where Jones died, saying, "Those who do not remember the past are condemned to repeat it." Those words should be taken to heart by this new cancel culture that we've got around us. If we keep rewriting history, eventually the next generations are not going to know the bad things their ancestors did, or wrong, or the good that our forefathers accomplished. Judges 2:10 states, "And also all that generation were gathered to their fathers, and there arose another generation after them who did not know the Lord, or even the work which he had done for Israel." History has shown that human nature left to itself without the benefit of historical records that are factual gravitates downwards. So to us as a Christian, what is truth? As in the fourth definition in the dictionary, the truth is God. And in the Bible, every word is inspired by, or in some cases actually spoken by God. Example, God actually spoke to Moses in Exodus 19 and 20. So what does the Bible say about truth? It gives three examples. It gives many examples, but three. 51st Psalm, behold, you desire truth in the inward parts, meaning he wants our hearts to be true. 14th chapter of John, 6th verse, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. And in the 17th chapter of John, 17th verse, sanctify them by your truth. Your word is truth. So today, is the truth of the Bible still relevant? If we value the truth, then yes, it is. But if truth is whatever we want it to be, so we don't get our feelings hurt when we're told that our actions are wrong, then sadly it's not important anymore. And at that point, society will collapse because it doesn't have a moral compass to guide it anymore. This was really sad. A recent poll stated that only 30% of those polled feel that their spiritual life and belief in God and the Bible is important nowadays. That's sad. Some of you may remember 1966, Beatle John Lennon was vilified, or as he said, crucified, for saying their music and their popular culture of the day was more important to Jesus than the young people of that time. But a poll done back then when he said that stated that 62% of those people that were asked said they believed the Bible and its teachings. Sadly, what he said then has become fact today. But we have faith in the Bible as Christians. It is the complete and actual truth, and that every word in it is true and factual, because we know that God is incapable of lying. We must, as Christians, stand up, tell everyone that God is real. He is not dead. Jesus is real. He is not dead. He defeated death to save us. The tomb is empty.
Amen.
People need to know and believe the truth that Paul taught us in his second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 5, verse 8. When we pass from this world, to be absent with the body is to be present with the Lord. Now that's a truth that I can believe.
Amen, bro.
Amen.